This is George.
This is Nelson.
This is fucking Hales from the Crypt, baby. Woo!
Yo, what's up? This is Hales from the Crypt. I am Sean the Butcher, and I am in the Scumbags and Superstars shop with my boy George. What up?
What's up?
I got my boy Nelson. What up?
What up?
Yo, you have a killer spot here. What area are we in right now?
We're in the Lower East Side, baby.
Lower East Side, right across from the Williamsburg Bridge. The first right when you come off the Williamsburg Bridge, you can check out the Scumbags and Superstars shop. These dudes have the dopest shirts, pins, patches. I discovered you guys out at Comic-Con a couple of years ago. I saw actually this shirt that I'm rocking right now, the Beavis and Butthead, or as we're licensed to call it, what is it?
It's Clevis and Butt Munch.
Yes, the Clevis and Butt Munch shirt. That's how you dodge and weave around shit. I caught you guys at Comic-Con. I followed you guys on Instagram. Want to plug these socials?
What's that? Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter.
Scumbags and Superstars. That's just the handle for Instagram. We don't really use Twitter. Twitter seems like we're more visual. We don't have anything to say.
Yeah. You can use the hashtags on Twitter and check them out on Instagram. Everything you guys put out, horror related, cartoon related, heavy metal related, and that's why I can vibe, and I feel like a whole audience can vibe off this stuff. What happened when you at Comic-Con this year? I heard there was some difficulties. It kind of fell through with Comic-Con.
I mean, we have headquarters now in the city, so we figured it was just a better reason for people to come out to the shop, and it's just a way better experience all around coming inside the shop. Because we have a bunch of shit that kicks ass.
Yeah, absolutely. And these guys kick ass. The personality here is great. The vibe here is great. You're right in an awesome spot, and this is the prime spot for Scumbags and Superstars. How did you guys meet? How did this whole thing get birthed? How did this idea happen?
Basically, I had started the company by myself, and Nelson used to work at a store called Mishka, which was another clothing brand based out of New York. They had a store in Brooklyn, and I was selling stuff at the store when I first started the brand, and Nelson was working there, and we just met through that and realized that Nelson lived like right down the street from me where I was like living at the time. So he was younger. He was like 19 when I first met him, and he just started like coming over and hanging out, and then just like helping me out with stuff, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, that's how it started.
Cool. And you're stoked. You got your spot now, Nelson. Now you're like a primary. So what is it? Co-owner? Like, how does this work with you guys?
Super fucking stoked. And yeah, it's just me and George who do it all. Like, George is the mastermind, the brains, the creative director, and I just help him out with just colorways, positioning of graphics, and just like my opinion. But I'm super fucking stoked. It's sort of still surreal to know that we have a shop in like one of the largest cities in the world.
It's very cool that you're young dudes and you're running a business. Support independent businesses. Be out there. You don't need to go to Macy's. You don't need to go to all these places that are just feeding off the machine. You could come to dudes like this where it's made with love and it's made with passion and it's made with real heart. And I mean, you guys got horror movies on here. You guys got the coolest stuff. I like the vibe, the feel of the whole place. Who does the art? Are you like the primary artist, or do you link up with other artists?
I do all the creative directing, but not necessarily all the art.
Okay.
Like, I do all the design stuff, but then there's like artists that we work with, like different illustrators or designers. Like, if there's a specific style that I'm looking for, I like to like work with more so underground artists, people that aren't really like known, that work with a lot of different brands. And yeah, I usually try to come up with a concept, and either I'll execute it if I can, or if it's something that's like the shirt I'm wearing, for instance, is like a Maiden shirt that we just did, and there was this artist, Nerd Gore, he goes by. So he just draws like crazy, like barbarian, medieval fucking shit.
Yeah.
So like originally I said to him, I wanted like to draw an Eddie, and sometimes this will happen. Like, his first rendering was like really literal. It was just like kind of like a killer's Eddie, you know what I mean? And I was like, nah, man, I want you to draw like your fucking version of Eddie, like a new Eddie that's just
twist on it.
Yeah. So like, and then he just came back with what we have for the shirt, and I feel like he just killed it. It looks better than half of the actual fucking album covers. So like, a lot of times that'll happen where like I feel like some brands, if a lot of brands aren't run by artists, so I feel like they might not really have a vision of what they want. they might just have a concept or an idea. But for me, I usually have like some sort of like plan in my head. So when I give an artist direction, I try to be like very like literal and graphic, and like kind of like give them enough references and enough of an idea that they can do something that's new.
Yeah.
You know, I always want, like, even if we do like a flip of something old or a bootleg of something, basically like do our own spin on it.
Still make it original.
Yeah, something that you're not going to see, that no one else has done.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically our goal with everything. And like we don't wholesale, we don't sell our stuff anywhere else. So we just want to keep our graphics and like the people that we work with, and just all designs like more limited and like underground, and keep the artwork and the concepts to be like the main, you know, forefront of what we do.
Hell yeah,
basically.
hell yeah. Keeping it scumbag. We got more with the Scumbags and Superstars right after word from our sponsors. I don't have any sponsors. Let's just go to another video.